Again, thank you all for being here. My name is Derek. I'm here with Superhero Fitness. Today, we've got about an hour-long workout for you with an extended yoga warm-up, as well as we're gonna be doing some weights and mini bands. Now, even if you don't have any equipment, I'll give modifications for everything that we do have. But if you have a band, a closed band that you can put around your legs, that would be perfect. Otherwise, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So, yeah, that's it. So, first up, just standing up nice and tall. I want you to face forward, let your arms hang down to your sides, and then grab in with your toes. So think about your big toe first and squeeze your toe towards your heel to create the arch of your foot. I'm gonna do that a few times. Just relax and squeeze your feet. Now, can you do the same thing, but with your other toes, your 4 toes together? I wanna create the outside of the arch now. Just a little foot warm up to strengthen the arch. I know Superhero Fitness 911, 911. This is gonna be extra good for, I think, for you for the arch strengthening. Try to do both at the same time, big toes and all toes together. Now go ahead and take a nice breath. Inhale through the nose, reach up tall. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, long, strong legs. Reach your elbows back behind you. Squeeze your armpits. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, rise up to stand, reach overhead. Exhale, fold down.
Inhale, halfway lift.
Exhale, fold, and then walk your hands and feet out into plank position. Option to drop your knees down. From here, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Send your hips up and back, downward facing dog.
Option to stay here, keep a light bend in your knees, push through your shoulders, or you can walk out your heels. Inhale, roll forward to plank.
Again, option always for knees down. Exhale,
Back to downward facing dog.
do that about 3 or 4 more times with your own breath. Inhale, roll forward to plank, squeeze your armpits in. Exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. When you synchronize your motions with your breath, next time you come forward to plank position, hold it for 3, and then gently lower your knees down, hands come back underneath your shoulders. Press into your palms, make small circles going around to open up and warm up the wrists. Switch directions. Gently release, turn your palms to face, your fingers to face towards your knees. Gentle bend in your elbows. I'm looking for a forearm stretch, hopefully. And if there's too much pressure in your wrists or it's uncomfortable, do a little less by not taking your hands as far around or put more weight in your knees. This is just a warm up, just light pressure is all I'm looking for. 3, 2, and 1. Last one, most of the weights, almost all the weight is gonna be in my knees as I take my fingers facing in towards each other, palms face up towards my chest. I'll turn a little bit so you make sure you can see, but palms up right here. Gently release your hands, come to sit back and put your hands together, shake them out a little bit. Next up, open up your hands and your arms a little bit more, let your shoulders come up, make a little roller coaster effect. Can you go backwards? And now 6 times we're gonna sit back. I want you to sit back towards your heels. And without letting my chest change its orientation, I'm gonna sit up by squeezing my butt, opening up my hips, sink back towards my heels, come up a little bit taller. To make this a little bit less, you just won't go back quite as far. You just hinge forward and back. At the top, squeeze your glutes as hard as you can. The more you can engage, the better for right here, just in a neutral position. 2 more. Next up, right foot comes up. You're gonna hold here, option tuck the back toes and either keep your knee down for just a light stretch. It's just our warm up so we're not going too heavy into it, or lift up the back knee for high lunge. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you're down low, switch your knees here. If you're standing, just go and step your feet together and step back. Lift up, hold open. Option to pulse a little bit. 3, 2, and 1. Feet step up together, come up to stand. If you're kneeling, bring your toes of your big feet together. We're gonna engage all the whole foot just like we did at the very beginning by creating arches on the inside and outside of our foot. Send your hips back, arms out in front. And now without moving your seat, hands come down, arms lift up. See if you can do it without changing your chest orientation. I'm gonna do that by squeezing my low ribs in and squeezing my thighs together. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gentle stand up, step and bounce. Now just to get the heart rate going, to get the ankles moving, just a little bounce side to side. You can just do one step at a time. If you're doing low impact, you can just do a little tip, tap, any which direction. In fact, I want you to explore a little bit and go any direction that calls out to you here. Just little taps, about 20 more seconds. Again, just a little bouncing and letting your shoulders be loose and your fingers hang can be really good for setting up the body. We need just a little bit of bounce, especially for our bones. 3, 2, and 1. Now bigger steps, we're gonna go out to the side, arm comes up overhead. Step and reach, step and reach. You can either keep straight legs or let one bend for just a little bit extra lunge. We're gonna do the same thing, but forward and back. I'll turn to the side so you can see. Step it forward, reach over, step it back, reach over. So it's kind of like a little bit of a swimming motion as I get a little bit of twist through the torso and I go just a little bit faster. Little lunges. Push long with your shoulders so that you open up your back. 3, 2, and 1. Come back together and stand and reach. So hands together. We're gonna reach our arms back behind us. Reach forward, round through our back. Open up your chest, squeeze your hands and back, shoulders together. Now in the other ones I had our ribs knit in. This one I'm actually looking for more spinal motion. So we're gonna open up a little forward and back. 3, 2, and 1. Right foot back, high lunge, or sorry, warrior 2. So my back heel is gonna go down onto the ground. Arms come up to the front and back. Reach your arms as long as you can and challenge yourself to get just a little bit deeper. And pulse. See if you can even match the tempo of the beat of the music. Squeeze your hips and your thighs together. 3, 2, 1. Step switch your feet. And again, pulse. Arms can be up, arms can also be down at your hips. 3, 2, and 1. Now, I want to do a small variation on that one. What we're going to do is I want to focus on the hips here. So I'm going to get nice and close. And from a high lunge position, my back heel is lifted off the ground. So my feet are going to be here. I'm going to stand, and what I really want to focus on is a lot of us will naturally have our butt out a little bit right here, and I want to take my hands on my hips and tilt my pelvis in. So I'm going to open up my front hip and I'm going to stack my hips just underneath my shoulders. I like to literally put my hands on my hips because I can help kind of adjust here. And if you're really feeling fancy and you kind of want to play around with it, just doing a little bit of the hip scoops is totally fine. But I want you to hold that in. You might feel that it takes a little pressure from the glute and you get a little bit extra stretch through the front of the hip, and that's exactly what I want. 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Left foot back, tuck your hips underneath, hold your chest open. Three, 2, and 1. Bring it together. All right, one last warm up before we go. We're gonna add some chaturanga or some push-ups in. We're gonna do this by walking out, so watch the first time. You're gonna reach down towards the ground, bend your knees as you need to crawl yourself into plank position. Add a single push-up option for your knees down. And then walk your feet up close to your hands. You don't need to stand all the way up, but you'll walk back out. Back to plank, single push-up. We're gonna do this 5 times. Go ahead and join me. And if you already started, you just get that little bit of extra credit. I'm looking for range of motion, not your hardest push-ups yet, just something to get you moving to open up your chest and back. 2 more. And up. Okay, so we're gonna get into a few different rounds here. Each round, we're gonna do our sets of exercises 3 times, and it's gonna be more of a follow along. So we're gonna do it for 30 to 45 seconds at a time. And and I'll just tell you when to switch through our exercises, giving us a little bit of time to adjust and for you to ask any questions that you might need. So first up, we're gonna be doing lunge reach down. So we're gonna use a relatively light weight on this, only about 3 to 10 pounds. Somewhere in that range should be pretty good. So our first exercise, we're gonna be into our high lunge position. I want you to tuck your hips like we talked about during that last little warm up, where my hips are gonna be underneath, and then I'm gonna reach over, down, my hands come towards my ankle, and then stand back up. And that's it. I'm gonna keep my lunge position. I'm gonna keep my hips tucked in, my ribs square, reach down and pull back up. At the same time, my armpits are locked in so that my upper back is not just rounding. Good, 2 more on this side. Last one. Step up, switch feet. Right foot forward, left foot back, hinge over. A little bit more intense and a little bit more intention today, especially as we're working through some heavier strength exercises. Feet come together, weights are gonna go up to your shoulders, and now elbows are in slightly. We're gonna press up overhead and pull back down. Press and reach, come back. At the same time, think about engaging your glutes, keeping your hips tucked in lightly, low ribs are pulled together. I want to create stability from your center. Three, 2, and last one. Reach it up. Go ahead and set your weights down, squat them down so you keep with a strong spine, and then lay all the way back on the floor. Feet come underneath your knees. And now I'm gonna do a hip bridge, but I'm gonna add a reach over. So first option is just to do hip lifts up, squeeze at the top. Or second option is as you lift up, you're gonna reach your hand over to your opposite shoulder before coming back down. So you favor one hip a little bit more and get a little stretch. When you're ready, let's go. Reach up and over. Either variation, you're gonna squeeze your hips as much as you can at the top, lift your hips as high as you can without flaring too much from the ribs. Almost there, 3, 2, last one. And come on up. Next exercise, we're gonna be moving on to hip core reach across the knee. So legs are gonna go up. On this one, I'm gonna take my hand to the outside of my knee and I'm gonna pulse. I'll do the other side so you can see. My legs are gonna stay up straight as I can. I'm gonna reach out to the outside. If I want more, I'm gonna bring the legs down as I reach across my body. Let's do right hand to the left side. We're gonna go for 15 repetitions. Go. You can use your opposite hand to gently push into the floor to help you lift up as well. Option to bend knees to take a little bit less from the legs. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides, left arm goes outside the right knee. Reach, 2, 3, 4. 5 more. Reach a little further. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come on to stand. We're gonna repeat all of that. So grab your weights, and again, take breaks as you need it at any point today. We're gonna take our left foot forward, hips tuck underneath, bend and reach towards your front leg. Armpits are strong. So I'm not just relaxing to let the weights get lower. I really wanna do this with a strong torso and shoulders. 3 more. 2, last one. Switch legs. Two more. Take your time. And stand it on up together. Good, shoulder press, hands, weights are going at our shoulders. Squeeze your elbows in lightly, press overhead. I see we've got a few extra people. If you're just getting here, feel free to do a little warm up and just mix in wherever seems right. Adjust to any exercise as you need it. Take breaks whenever you need. That's gonna be the most important for your success, is listening and being able to read your own body. 3 more. 1, 2, and last one. Weights are down for now. We're done with, we got one more set of those coming up a little bit later. But for now, we're gonna go back, hip bridge, reach across. So feet down underneath your knees. If you want more, you're gonna walk your feet out away from you. The further they are, the more challenging it's gonna be. Again, either just lift up or reach up and across. If you'd rather, you're welcome to put weights on your hips and just lift up here. But I want those hips kept in strong. We're working to correct anterior pelvic tilt today. We're working to make you stronger and more control of your body. Keep it going, you can do this. Reach a little higher, push a little harder. Almost there. 3, 2, and last reach. Come on down, and then lift your legs up. Again, option for knees bent, or reach your legs out away from you without arching your back, and then right arm across your left knee, reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Other side. Right arms outside of your right knee. 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 14, and 15. Knees come into your chest. Maybe use that to help you roll up to your seated position and come back up to stand. If you need some water, feel free to grab it. Otherwise, we're gonna start into our third set in about 5 seconds. Now, grabbing your weights again, you're welcome to adjust the challenge, but we're gonna take our left foot forward, right foot, the heel is backing up, and you're gonna reach down towards your ankle. Armpit squeeze in. Slow and controlled. Notice your hips each time you come up. If your butt sticks back out, can you pull it back in before you reach? Two, and last one. Switch sides, right foot forward, left foot back. Tall shoulders, reach. 3, 2, and one more. Oops, lost my balance a little bit, and that's okay. Okay, weights up at the sides, palms straight up, or palms at our shoulders rather, and press. Seven, almost there. 8, 9, and 10. Weights down. We're done with the weights for the next little bit. We're gonna be going to bands for the next set of things anyway. So go and lay down on the ground, hip bridge position, feet out wide, a little bit wider than last time maybe. It'll help you engage in. We're going to arms down by the sides, lift up, and go. Hips high, glute squeeze. Five, 4, 3, 2, last one. Hips come down, feet come up. If you still want more of a challenge for your last round, just 15 on each side, put your hands together and reach past your knees like you're diving. Go ahead and go outside your left knee. 9, 10. And 15, last side. Reach, reach. Reach a little bit further. (13, 14, and 15). Hold on to your knees, come up to your seat. Take a 30-second water break as I start to demo into the next round. Always feel free to check in to let me know how you're doing at the time. All right, so for this next set, we're gonna be using the mini band for pretty much all the exercises. It's gonna go around our legs, it's gonna stay on the whole time. Now, what I want you to do is think about and notice your knees pressing out at all times. So I'm always gonna be pushing against the bands as we go. So this push right here is what I'm gonna be looking for. If your knees are in and your feet are out, that's not quite right. I'm looking for this more push to engage our glutes. So this is where I should be pulling from, is on the outside of the legs. You might even try like putting your hands on your thighs and then pushing your knees apart and see if you can feel the outer hamstrings engage, especially where the glute medius meets up with them. That's just all side butt there. So go ahead and just watch the first time. I'm gonna go through a couple exercises. First up is bear crawls, one of my favorites. Hands and knees down. We're gonna lift your knees up and you're gonna do opposite hand and foot, stepping forward to your space. And when you run out of room or you take 3 steps, walk backwards. Most common mistake is that people are gonna move the same hand and foot. Try to do opposite hand and foot. This is gonna be mostly working on coordination to start. Take a few steps and take breaks as you need. Knees are pushing apart the whole time. After that, we're gonna stand up, 3 pulses for 1 squat. So we're pushing out with the band, we're gonna go down, 1, 2, 3, stand up. 1, 2, 3, up. Option to stay low the entire time. After that, 3-point extensions. The lower you take the band, the more challenge it's gonna be. You're gonna kick back, out to the side, and then forward before switching legs. Out, back, and forward. Our 3-point extension. Last one will be on down on the ground, knee tuck to extension. So I'm gonna push out with the band the whole time. Knees come to chest, reach back out, crunch up. Knee tuck, and then crunch. You can do them together for a little bit more challenge as you go. All right, starting on our hands and knees for bear crawls. Hands should stay underneath your shoulders as much as possible. The closer you are to downward dog will be a little bit easier as an option. On your marks, get set, let's go. Push into your fingertips. Doesn't need to be fast, but your knees should be in line with your ankles. 15 seconds, almost there. Five, 3, 2, and 1. Come up to stand. Adjust your band as needed. Push your knees out. 3 pulses. 1, 2, 3, and stand. 1, 2, 3, and stand. The lower the band is, you're gonna feel a little bit more challenge as long as it's still close to the knee, either above or below. See if you can match the tempo of the music. Up, 1, 2, 3, up. Notice my hips are going back, my chest stays tall. Five, 3, 2, and 1. Next up, 3-point leg extensions. I'm gonna take my band closer to my ankles for a little bit extra. Stand up tall, left leg is your base. To start, out, side, forward. Keep going with just your right leg out to the side. Fight for control, especially on the way back in. 3, 2, and 1. Switch legs. Right leg is your base, left leg kicks back, out, and forward. Almost there. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the band on, stay standing for a moment. We're gonna add in 1 extra. I'm gonna go across my body. Left leg is my base, right foot is gonna kick, almost like you're kicking a soccer ball. You're gonna be using the outside blade of your foot and just reaching across. We're only doing this for 10 seconds. Yeah, right here. That should be about where you feel it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch. Cross. 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, and 10. All right. Next up, we're going back onto our backs. Core crunches or lemon squeezers if you know it. I want your back flat against the ground. Shoulders and knees, elbows and knees come towards each other and re-extend. Option for knees and then crunch. So you do 1, 2, 1, 2. Push against the band the whole time. The band isn't just holding you, you're fighting against it. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flip it over, we're going back to bear crawls. It's gonna be a very intense set of exercises, especially the 3rd time around. All right, 40 seconds on your marks. Get set, let's go. Ten seconds. Push through your fingertips, press into the pad of your hand. Keep the pressure into your fingertips and your forearms. 3, 2, and 1. Stand on up tall. Readjust the band as needed. All right, 3 pulses, 1 squat. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Lift up. 2, 3, up. Push against the band the whole time. Again, those of you that are just getting here, feel free to warm up and then jump in wherever we are. 3, 1, 2, 3. Halfway there, 20 more seconds. If you want, challenge yourself by staying low the rest of the time. Let's go. Hands can be out in front, hands can jiggle, hands can dance. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next up, 3-point leg extensions again. Ground around the ankle for extra challenge. Left leg is your base. Back, out, forward. Can you do the whole thing and still keep your hips squeezed in? That same concept we were talking about earlier, by keeping our pelvic tilt under control, we can keep it more in hip strength and less out of our back. Who doesn't want that? 3, 2, and 1. Switch legs. Right leg is your base. Back, out, forward. Back, out, forward. Again, if you don't even have mini bands, you can still do this. You're just gonna lift your legs up with just the resistance of your leg itself. No matter how high that gets, you're still gonna be able to get work out of it. 3, 2, and 1. Left leg is our base again. We're going across the body. Again, that soccer ball kick. Inside blade of the foot is going up and across. Oh. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch legs. 2, 3, 5. Almost there. Strong center. Hold your balance. You can also use a wall. 3, 2, and 1. Almost there. Back onto our seats. Lay on back. Push against the band with your thighs. Hands and knees, elbows and knees to come together. Crunch in, extend. Crunch in, extend. The lower your legs get, the more challenging it will be. Push yourself and make it uncomfortable. You want to sweat a little bit, let's shake. Let's push ourselves. Stay with me, we're almost there. 15 seconds. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Flip it on over, one more round. Hands and knees. Push against the band, opposite hand and foot. Push the floor away. Let's go. One step at a time. If you've got a little extra, go just a little bit faster. Or push your knees wider. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up to stand, right into our squats. Knees push out. 1, 2, 3, stand up. 2, 3. Almost there, Pam. Last time with these squats, we're almost done with the band. Can you believe it? Just 2 more exercises after this and they're off. Lift. Stay low for the last 10. Maybe your lowest pulses yet. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet come together. Going back onto our seats. Again, we're gonna crunch in and extend. Engage your core, knee to elbows. Push against the band. Last 10 seconds. Focus in deep. 2, and 1. Come on up to your seat, take the band off. You are done with the band for the rest of the day. Go and put that off to the side. Okay, so we're gonna do a bit of cardio. And we're going to do, this one's gonna be fun. And then we're gonna do a little bit more strength training with some tricep kickbacks and some arm stuff after that. So first thing we're gonna do is grab your weights. You're gonna want a more medium weight with this. So anywhere from about 5 up to about 15 pounds. If you only have one weight, you're welcome to do one arm at a time. And I will give us, I'll give you a time notification partway through that. Oops. Just adjust my weight real quick. And let's go. So weights in hands, we're gonna start with simple bicep curls. Engage their glutes. Palms are gonna come up to our shoulders and control back down. Go ahead and start. Again, if you only have one weight, like Pam, I know you have one heavier weight. If you're using it, or just in case, I'm gonna give you a halfway mark so you can do half on one side, half on the other. Almost there, halfway. Two more. And 6. Good. Set your weights down. Give your arms a little break. And next up, we're gonna be doing good mornings. So arms are at our sides. We could do this one with weight, but I'm just gonna be doing weights for every other exercise today. Hands on your thighs. You're gonna trace your thighs with your palms. Reach down, light bend in the knees, and stand back up. I want you to go to the point that you feel a stretch in your hamstrings, but you don't round your shoulders. It's gonna be the most challenging thing to find, but can you squeeze in so that as you lower, I don't care about reaching the floor because I don't wanna go through my back. Keep going. Squeeze your armpits in. Hands are on your thighs the whole time. Thighs to shins, rather. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Now, if you have adjustable weights, you might want a little bit less weight than you had last exercise. But we're gonna take halfway through the position we just did, that hinge. We're going to hinge forward, my glutes stick out, so my hips are doing the lean over, elbows in, and I'm gonna straighten my arms back behind me. Go ahead and start. Elbow squeeze into the sides. Notice I don't want your elbows to go pack behind you on this exercise. All I care about is your arm straightening. If you only got one weight for it, switch arms. Four, 3, 2, last one, and set them down. All right, lunge and twist. We're gonna step back, reach your arms forward and back. So how this is gonna work, if you have a wall, you can also use this, but I'm going to step back, twist my chest open, step back, opposite leg, step my twist open. Now I can do that with no weight, where I just step and reach, hug the hips in, light step and reach. Notice my chest is going towards the leg that's in front. My right leg is forward, twisting towards the right leg. Five, 4, 3, 2, and last one. All right, back to our weights, back to our bicep curls. All right, it's gonna get a little bit more challenging each round as we get a little bit of fatigue set in. Take it one repetition at a time. All right, here we go. slow and in control. Keep your head up. Keep your energy up with me. You are strong, you are dedicated. You've dedicated this time to being better and stronger, being healthier. Every motion gets you closer to that goal. If you have one weight, switch sides. Yes, it's uncomfortable. It's meant to be. This is where we get stronger, through discomfort, through challenges. Three, two, last one. And set it down. I'm gonna open up the door. It's getting a little warm in here. Which is nice because it was super chilly when I got in here earlier today. Palm, hands face onto your thighs. Again, light bend in the knees, shoulder squeeze. I like that, right? Light bend in the knees, shoulder squeeze. I want you to find the position where your hips get a stretch. Sometimes you have to stick your hips out a little bit extra. Three, two, and last one. All right, we're gonna go back to our tricep extensions from that same position. Just here a little bit. All right, elbows into the sides, hinge forward, send it back. 4. If you're using one weight, switch. Or still use both arms. Even if only one arm is doing a ghost motion or is having to fight itself, can you try to imagine like they both have the weight? See if you can emulate that same engagement and resistance. 3, 2, last one. Arms come up, set them down. All right, lunge and reach across. Last 2 exercises before our cool down. So I'm gonna step back with my right foot, arms reach across. Step back and reach. If you can, you're gonna lunge a little bit lower. This is where you can use a wall, an edge, a table, something to help with your stability, to help you get into more range of motion. It's what we all want, right? A little bit more range of motion and strength behind it as we go. So the lower you can challenge yourself, even with assist for now, the assist will go away as long as you progressively make it more challenging. Progress, no matter how small. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more round to go, everybody. We're gonna do those same exercises, those same 4, and then we're cooling down. Go ahead and grab your weights. Palms face in. One last time, let's go. If you're doing one-sided, switch. I really like this song, whatever it is. 4, 2, last one, and down. Option if you're feeling it today, just keep holding onto the weights, palms face in, and good morning. Send your hips back, lift it on up tall. Squeeze in from the center, your hips are strong, your thighs are strong. No back bend. Straight, strong spine. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. As you come up, elbows into the sides, hinge forward, and send the arms back. Three, two, last one. One final exercise to go. Set your weights down and let's lunge. Step and back. Back heel comes up each time, arms reach. Maybe you're just reaching forward and back, that's okay. The twist will add a little bit more to your hips, will change your balance as well. You've made it this far. The end is in sight, almost at the finish line. Five, four, three, two, and one. Set it down, knees come down, hands come down. Take a moment to reset, to ground yourself, and literally just feel the ground underneath you. Notice the sensation under your fingertips, your palms, your knees. Whew. Notice the sensations in your own body. And just get awareness of what you're feeling right now. Notice any good feelings, any elation, any extra energy you've got. Maybe just a little bit of exhaustion. You pushed yourself extra hard today. Whatever it is, just notice. Now start a couple of rounds of cat-cow, chin to chest, tuck your hips underneath. Inhale, open up your heart, look forward. Exhale, round through your back, push your spine toward the ceiling. Inhale, roll forward. Okay, next up, go ahead and take yourself around to your seat. We're gonna go into straddle position first. Legs wide, however wide that means for you. Hands in center, and then just slightly lean forward. So two things I'm looking for, I'm pushing my legs out, and I'm just starting to come forward with my hips without bringing my toes and knees down. So see if you can match, and if you wanna make it prettier or more of a gymnastic style, point your toes. If it feels good, start to walk your hands forward. There's a part where it's gonna feel uncomfortable, but you can breathe into it without letting your nervous system freak out a little bit. That's where I want you to be. Three, two, and one. Push your hands into the ground to lift yourself up. Take your hands outside on either side of your right knee and then lean forward again. Thank you again, Pam, for being here and everybody else who checked in for the live class. If you didn't catch everything, I'm gonna make the video on demand will be available actually pretty much right after this class. However, it'll also be on YouTube and stuff tomorrow. So they'll always be on the day after. Switch over to the other side. Other good news is I will be starting some yoga classes here as well on Saturdays and Wednesdays starting this week. Well, this week it'll be on a different day, but I'll put that on there. But the regular time will be Saturday mornings and Wednesday evenings as I start to keep on continually to ramp up how many classes I'm teaching every week. And all of them, if everything goes according to plan, will be available after the fact as well. Put your hands behind your hips, push your hips back, and then bring your feet forward. Reach towards your shins or your ankles. If you can, you're gonna go ahead and reach your feet, but that's okay. It's not necessarily a flexibility thing. My favorite thing is, so I'm 5'10", but I've got these long Polish arms, and so my arms are 6'2", so it makes it look like I'm super flexible, when in reality, I've got a really round back, and my arms are just super long. So that extra 2 inches on each side goes a long way. Again, even if you're here, or even bent knees, push your heels out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently come up, put your balls of your feet together, and push your knees down towards the ground. So yeah, new yoga classes, those are gonna be starting with 30-minute classes each, as well as I'm gonna just start adding in more and more live classes as I start to refine everything here. And so we can hang out more. So anytime you need, I'll hopefully be building up just a big library of fun workouts for us. Lift your chest a little bit taller, push your knees down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cross your feet, so sit crisscross applesauce. Right hand goes outside of your left knee, left arm is gonna go back behind you, lift your chest and twist open. Three, 2, and 1. Arms come up, switch sides. Right arm behind you, left hand to right knee. 3, 2, and 1. Over to our hands and knees one more time. I want to stretch out the biceps a little bit, so palms face, fingers face towards your knees, palms face down, and then sink your hips back towards your heels. I'm going to reach my elbows, or my wrists down towards the ground. And if I feel any pressure in my elbows, I'll lightly bend those or do less. This does not take much. You might feel it in your biceps, maybe up into your wrists and forearms. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gentle release. Come back to face forward, and we're gonna close out with one deep breath all together. We're gonna go in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again, thank you so much for being here to support me. Just watching this video is a tremendous support. And if you're looking to help support in an extra way, you can subscribe or donate with the links down below. Again, my name is Derek with Superhero Fitness. Let's take a deep breath to close this out all together. We're gonna go in through the nose, breathing in. And full open exhale out through the mouth, let it go. Hands can meet your heart. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, I'll be around for about another 10 minutes today, and then I'll be online later tonight. Otherwise, I'll see you soon.